Welcome to the class on data backup. I recommend watching this after the data class. After the lesson where you actually understand how the data in base 44 is managed. So actually, we can connect our data directly to Google Sheets, and it's not too complicated. We will do it through the Integration tab that we've already seen in other lessons. If you haven't seen it yet, go to Classes on Integrations. So we have an option here, in Browse. We see that we have Google Sheets here, so basically that means the backup will be done in Google Sheets. So I want to use it, so I click Use, and it offers me all kinds of things here. You can see that it is already suggesting to me things based on the data I have inside this particular app in base 44. So in this case, I can already see that I have exactly what I need here. Export candidate data to spreadsheet. I click on it, I don't make any changes, I just send it to it the way it is, and let it think. I can see that he is asking me for permission. I give it the permission for integration. Permissions to my Google Sheets, basically. I give it all the permissions here. That's important. And I can see that a button has been added here, to the candidate entity. I click Export to Sheets. Let's make this export. And here you go, I can see that right away I have created the Google Sheets with all the information of all the candidates. Now I want to challenge it further, and really make sure there's a data backup, that every time a new candidate is added, it's added to Google Sheets as well. So let's write to it. We'll ask it that every time a candidate's new record is added, it's added to Google Sheets. And it writes that it has created an automation to sync every time a new candidate is added. So let's do it together. Position, we'll just give it something and add it. Great, we can see that a row has been added to it, a row for the candidate. I'm going here, and the truth is, that I don't see that it was added here. Even not after a light refresh. Let's try to understand why. Okay, so let's try to figure out together why this doesn't work. We go through the process, and see how to actually fix things. So I go back to the dashboard. I see that I have the Automations tab here, and that it really created the automation for me as we have seen. Sync new candidate to Google Sheets. Let's see exactly what's here. I can see that he created a function called like this. When does the function run? Every time a candidate is added. So it looks good. And now I want to go see if I have any errors in the function. So I can actually do it from here. Enter directly into the new function it created. And I have the logs of the function here. We can see that there are errors here, but it doesn't really say what the errors are. So what am I doing now? This also becomes a lesson in solving and identifying errors. So I will now ask it to provide me with detailed logs. So I ask it to create logs. Wait, yes, provide me the logs. Why doesn't this function work? And I send it. It writes that it created the logs, and let's give it another try. I save it. If I go to Google Sheets, I see that really nothing new has been added. So I go back to the function, and again, let's go to our logs. And I see that it writes to me that the sync has been completed successfully. Okay, interesting, and it gives me a line below here as well. You can see that it gives me a spreadsheet URL. Let's take it. I copy-paste here. Whoa, and we can see that it worked. It worked even the first time. We just didn't associate it with the previous spreadsheet we did for syncing. We didn't link it to that, and it turns out we could have actually given it the spreadsheet ID. We could have attached the spreadsheet ID to it. Just send it the URL and then he would link it to that file. So that's exactly how you can make a backup. Now, another option. Let's say I don't want it to back up every time I add a new candidate. I could just as well write to it, automatically, sync all the candidates every day at 8 p.m., for that matter, and then he'd do it. We have already seen that it knows how to automate scheduled tasks. And that's everything about how to back up your data.